And if we ask the stars what they mean, what would they say back to us? Welcome! You want to go on a card journey today? Give me some of your time, and I'll give you some of your story. Well, let's see what the cards say. Hey there, Taurus. Welcome to Quick Tarot. My name is Coy, and I'm going to be your tarot card reader for today. As a set of quick announcements, please be sure to like, comment, subscribe, and hit the notification button. That way when uploads are made, you can see what the stars are trying to say to you. Also, if interested, individual reads back up and open. Either message or email me directly. Link is on main or setup, okay? So, Taurus, what we're looking at in this round of reads. This is going to be your ATC read for the month of September, ATC being As Things Change. And if you've seen my videos from the past, some things are changing for me as well. The first, I'm going to be utilizing these blue light glasses, mainly because the intensity of the ring light can kind of wear down my eyes sometimes. So being able to do all these recordings back to back, it actually helps a lot. It makes me feel a lot better. The second, you see some art in the background, trying to spruce it up a bit. And hopefully with this change, we also exhibit the energies that we're trying to see flow in and out. Right? And we'll examine this by seeing all the fives on the board. The fives being of each element: water, earth, fire, and air, cups, pentacles, wands, and swords, respectively. Instead of just hoping that, things will change or we're seeing the beginnings and endings, we dive right into the conflict. Fives in the tarot card deck are cards of conflict. Here being, if we talk about the hard stuff first, we can glean better insight as things change. Right? So it's a preamble to the read, Taurus. Take what resonates, leave what doesn't, but don't always be so willing to reverse. At times, even if it gets difficult, understand that I, as your tarot card reader, I'm not here to misguide or mislead you. Trust me, I got 12 signs to work with, and none of the time to lie to any of them. Instead, we lay our cards out on the table, and good or bad, come rain or sunshine, we talk about it, because at the end of the day, tarot is a conversation, just an energetic one, okay? So follow along with me in your read today, Taurus, your ATC read, and yeah. Let's see what the cards say. We'll start over here with cups. What about the water? So what's the cards that we need to see, please, for the Taurus collective? Pardon the 5 of cups in this read. What are the cards we need to see, please, for the Taurus collective? Okay. I wonder why the 7 of Pentacles is coming out underneath that 5. Okay, that makes a lot more sense. 9 of Cups after, and that's followed by the 10 of Pentacles. Okay, so somebody is having a career reflection right now, both where they are and where they want it to be. That's you, Taurus, and I get why. I think in this paradoxical kind of motion, right? When you started to show the better aspects of yourself, the Knight of Cups coming out, wanting to glean, I can do better, I can be better, look at all these opportunities. It's not that you romanticize what could have been, but you realize, like, wow, this might have actually been on my fingertips the whole time. And so that 7 of Pentacles versus 10 of Pentacles, what did I once accept as being the inevitability of, the day-to-day drudgery, for example, if I just worked dead-end job to dead-end job, just said that's all that life could be, and then I started to tap into my talents or things I, once kind of let go for X number of reasons, and all of a sudden life is opening up to me again. There's this almost melancholy, yeah, that's the word, the melancholy over what could have been, right? And I think with that 10 of Pentacles, don't waste the time that we have at our fingertips. Don't do that. From what I'm seeing, the reason why we're in this state of emotional stupor underneath the 5 of Cups, because remember, we're jumping into the conflict, right? The more we bring out the better parts of ourselves, the things that we wanted to, show and exhibit the entire time, the more it reminds us, no, this was always an option. And how many times did I let myself down or play myself short just to say, this is how it is. This is all it could be. Because right now you're actually seeing it could be a lot more. Okay, next, home element of Earth, 5 of Pentacles. Show us the cards we need to see, please. Upon the 5 of Pentacles for Taurus in this reading. I don't take splits unless they hit the table. And if one does fly out, you'll know what that looks like. So it's cards you need to see, please, for the Taurus Collective on their final cards. Now that is just bad shuffling, but there are 3 cards that flew out in the midst of it, and I will take those. That's an energetic explosion. Somebody's fighting back. Let's see what's going on here. That's such an interesting answer. Okay, Justice, the card of Libra. Okay, what about the Equity of Scales? Star, the card of Aquarius, and the last, the Nine of Swords. So it makes sense why you played it short. Got it. Okay, why am I saying that? Put this aside again. Why did we play ourselves short knowing that this talent was at our fingertips, Taurus? At one time, our hopes and dreams got crushed when we tried to pursue them, right? We either had to let them go and deal with real life, or they just got away from us because of life circumstances. Whatever the situation, Taurus, it still spells out the same story. We don't want to be hurt by, we don't want to be hurt by having our dreams dashed in front of us again. However, I think at times our deepest fears are a direct reflection of our greatest desires, right? That Nine of Swords coming out is being attached to the star, which is pursuing the star in a sea of night, right? Trying to follow your hopes and dreams. And then Justice, the Equity of Scales. What happens if I try again one more time? Will it just end up like it did before? And the Five of Pentacles, this bad experience of such a, kind of distrust and a bad taste in your mouth that you didn't want to do it again. And so I think you're coming to like a bravery point, or just saying, I'll go to bat one more time. Boom, got it. I love when the title comes to me when I'm doing the read, just to be totally honest. Go to bat one more time. Because it's not that you never loved doing this, or that this wasn't an option for you. Because again, we went through the motions of what an option is, and it's being very fruitful for us. But it's like when we start to have that hope again, that drive, that unyielding spirit, boom, we get reminded of how badly this ended in the past, and that we don't want to do it anymore. And it's soul crushing. And I understand why it hurts. But I also understand, based off of what I'm seeing, why you're so passionate about it. You love whatever you're doing. So the question becomes, what is the next step for you, right? We get that it hurts. We get that you're incredibly, fearful about things going wrong. But what if they could go right? And if we're able to ask that question, how would we live, move, and operate to get to where we want to be? Okay? Next to the Five of Wands, show us cards we need to see, please. Find Five of Wands in this read. What about engaging direct conflict as the current stands? Show us cards we need to see, please. Find the Five of Wands. Okay, that's you, the Hierophant. Why so? Three of Wands, expectation. There also comes the sharp engagement of your current circumstance and the Two of Swords. Taurus, what are we doing? Okay, so now to get to where we want to be, that Three of Wands, the, looking forward, being excited about what could be, we're telling ourselves this is a confusing situation, right? The more I engage with the conflict, the more questions come up. But ultimately, it's about, what do I want? If we can answer the most complex things in the most simplest terms, we definitely know what we're talking about. And so the Hierophant coming out, which is your power card within the tarot deck, Taurus, it tells me two things. The first, if we really want it for ourselves, then let the answer be easy, right? Don't try to intellectualize what we feel, just feel it and move. That's the first. And the second, the Hierophant challenging that Two of Wands and almost completely, crushing it, to be totally honest, is that our path was laid out for us a long time ago. That's why it's yielding us benefit, right? It's yielding us some form of reward. But if we don't move along with it, then we're creating our own confusion, right? If we don't embrace what we see, what we feel, the successes that we're having with it, and then being able to differentiate these are my fears versus this is my reality, then we won't be able to move properly at all. So engage with the conflict. Ask yourself, what do you really want and how do we get there? Because the more we try to come up with justifications of why we shouldn't have it, the more it'll fly away from us again. Okay? Next, to the Five of Swords. Show us the cards we need to see, please, upon the Five of Swords for Taurus in this reading. So of internal conflict, and yeah, there we go. The World, the most definitive card in the deck, saying one journey is closed and the other one is opening. Let the new chapter begin. Death, the card Scorpio. Make a decision. Make a decision. We can meander in the quote unquote confusion that isn't really there. It's just the fear of, the rejection once more, or we can try again. And the Ace of Pentacles, a new opportunity has presented itself. All cards that represent the idea, especially because that's your home element of Earth, Taurus, all cards representing the idea of, is this really what I think it is? Is this grandiose opportunity? It is what you believe it is. I know it doesn't give you any consolation of this is the easy answer, but it's not meant to be. It is what you believe it to be. If you don't believe in your own talents, the beauty of what you're creating, your spark, your drive, your initiative, then it's all a pipe dream. But if you actually do believe, based off of your lived experience, and acknowledge, no, this isn't me, this isn't a lack of talent or skill on my behalf. This is my own internal doubts and fears because of what happened, right? And being able to sharply differentiate my fears versus my hopes, we can actually start to paint a bigger story of what's going on here. And I'm looking at a Taurus who's saying, yeah, I'm seeing that the book ain't gonna write itself, right? The painting ain't gonna paint itself. The work is not gonna be done by itself. It's gonna be done with me at the head of it. What do I then do when I acknowledge that I have choice, right? Underneath it all, High Priestess, trusting our internal voice, our drive, and our wisdom, and also what we know to be true, here and now. I may not have all the answers, but I have an answer. I'm betting on me, okay? Next, let's get a card underneath every 5 set. Show us card we need to see, please, for the Taurus Collective. A card underneath every 5. What do we see? Underneath the 5 of Cups, 2 of Swords. Interesting. So the more that you start to re-engage with your passion, hold on, let me get a drink real quick. Perfect mix. The more you start to re-engage with your passion, Taurus, the more these quote unquote confusing thoughts started to seep in. And it's not confusion, it's drive, it's motivation, it's me getting my life right, it's me doing it right for me, right? That isn't the same as, I don't know what's going on here. No, you do know what's going on. You're starting to become the main character again. To the 5 of Pentacles, 10 of Swords. We need to come to a consensus of a sharp truth. It's either one or the other. We either let our fears override any potential that we have and say, I'm giving up on this dream, this passion, this whatever. Or we say, no, I can hold 2 things at once. I can be afraid of the outcome and still go for it full speed ahead. I can pursue life on my terms the way that I want. I need to be able to conquer my fear over rejection or to conquer my fears of the past and still keep pushing and still keep moving. Because Taurus, that is your power ability amongst all the signs. Every sign has something that they're uniquely gifted at. Literally, it's in their alignment. For you, Taurus, it's making the impossible possible, not simply through analytics, but being able to push against the grain, right? Every single time. That steadfastness, that determination, Most people might call it stubbornness, but you know how to get there. Now move. To the Five of Wands. Three of Wands, more expectation, more of these ideas and passions start flowing back to you. It's not confusion anymore. It's your instinct. Will we believe in what we know to be true? Or will we just let life pass us by again? To the Five of Swords, Nine of Wands. It requires the effort and the acknowledgement that I'm going to create my own reality. So if I'm saying that this isn't a possibility for me, then it's not. But if I'm saying that it is, what then becomes of that? Okay? Underneath it all, Six of Pentacles. The everyday investment here and now is going to spell out where we go in the future. Do it and do it big. Last, define the major arcana strewn across the table for Taurus in this read. We're first going to look at justice. Yeah, let's look at justice first. Because we're asking, the logistics of a process when I think it's a lot more simpler than we might give ourselves credit for. So as we move towards resolution, let's define this card first and push forward. Why justice? The World. Again, popping out for you. I think this is the second time because, it came out over here. Nothing changes if nothing changes. So now that this opportunity is presenting itself to you again in some way, shape, or form, will we go for it or will we just let it go? We're up to bat again. What are we going to do this time? To the Star, Nine of Pentacles, investment, this time in our hopes and our dreams. What will we do, Taurus, now that the opportunity has represented itself? Next, to the Hierophant, Nine of Swords. Our fear, again, like I said, our deepest fear right now is a direct reflection of our greatest desire. What does it mean to bet on me? To believe that my work, my passion, my project, my skills, that everything is indeed worth it. And if it's worth it, it's worthy. What does it mean to bet on me one more time? And move beyond that state of fear. Because it's still going to be there. I'm not trying to say it's complete guarantee that everything gets eliminated. In fact, that's when we push even harder. What does it mean to bet on me? Okay, next, to the World, Ace of Wands. And so the reason why a cycle is completing itself is because your drive is pushing you there. Follow it. And last, to Death, card of Scorpio. Okay, Strength, the card of Leo. The determination from within to end the chapter here and now properly. What does it mean to do it on my terms? In resolution, Nine of Cups. My own wish fulfillment, the things I brought about by my own chance and change. Ten of Cups. Everything harmonizing with me here and now. All the people, all the places, all the experiences, culminating to this one point of what life could be. Underneath it all, the Knight of Cups. When the best of me comes out now, why would I try to hide? I like this for you, Taurus. Let's do a recap. Long story short, what I'm seeing in your ATC read this time is as things are changing around you, you're realizing that a passion, a long desired dream, etc., it's reawakening within you. And more than that, you're wanting to pursue it and fight against your fear to just let it go again. You're really trying your best to say, I'm not going to give up this time. I don't care what happened before. I'm going to get me and get me right. And so what does it mean to do that fully? It means to do it on your terms, to pursue it. And no matter the naysayers or, bad advice from people in the past who also have not pursued their own dreams, let's call it spade a spade, it's not going to be useful to you. Do what you want to, but do it fully. That's how I got in your read today, Taurus. Hope this conversation helped. And I see a bull at the bat again. What's going to happen this time? Take care, okay? See ya.